I am Goddess, High Priestess, Empress, Anda la Pantera. Old Earth, New Earth, Neptune, Saturn. New Earth as in upgraded. We about to tune into those type of messages in this live. Okay. All right. Currently, where we at? Mars order. Okay. Is this accurate right now? Yes, it is. We're in the Mars hour where I'm located at this time for the next 15 minutes. Then we'll be stepping into the 13th hour, the Sun hour. And the hours are counted from the moment the sun rises based on the planetary ruler of that lucid moment. And this is Mercury Day, as it is Wednesday. Currently, the moon is in the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius all in. However, this message, this live rather, we're going to be touching up on quite a few topics here. Okay, so this is as any other, but I'm just letting you know now. Make sure you have something to write with, jot down some notes. If you are someone who loves your life, so much so to make sure, you're not just out here wandering and hoping and believing without knowing. Okay? So with this message and with that being stated, we got Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars all in Capricorn. A very dominant signal right there. With that, current energy is more so about consequence, reputation, authority, execution. Not so much intention, and certainly not so much about potential, but the output. So this is the step after an intent has been made aware of to oneself. There could be this energy where there's a stripping down of what works, what holds weight, what survives scrutiny, what produces measurable results. Basically, no tolerance for vague positioning. Okay. All is well, all is well. Gratitude for asking. May you be well also. This stellium that we have right now, based on the current time, let me see something. Feel as though this would be, one second, let me pull up my chart here. Okay, let me do it this way instead. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I just noticed something. Mercury is definitely opposing Jupiter. Mercury is in Capricorn opposing Jupiter. Okay. Very serious conversations could be happening at this time, where a disagreement can actually show you more in this particular moment than an agreement would. Agreements and disagreements serve their particular roles in divine order or divine timing, right? So Let me see. Based on this, I'm going to see where the rising is right now. Vanessa, how did you come across this channel? Curious to know, how did you come across this channel? What have you been searching? What has been on your feed? Because this channel will either be a reward or a consequence of a lesson to you. Hmm? Oh, shit. Okay. Interesting. All right. Let's see. Yeah. So there is something here in regards to the 10th house. Okay. Some of you could be feeling the pressure to decide and deliver. There's an increase in your visibility, whether this is something you desire at this time. Actions you take now define reputation more than words ever could. And when it comes to delays on actions that you have been over and over been made aware of, any delay in terms of actions that are to be taken carries social and professional consequences, especially in matters of career. Some of you are stepping into a position of leadership and public accountability. Now, here's the thing with leadership, especially if you're someone who carries strong Sagittarius placements. As a Sagittarius, you carry an energy of a leader because you have an ability to see the bigger picture in any scenario, because that's just the way you're set up, to see the bigger picture. Just because you can, you don't have to take on a role of leadership if it's not something you find yourself willing to be devoted to. Okay? Where y'all coming from about asking where these cards for, or what are the cards? Y'all about y'all about to get blocked. Y'all better watch it now. You come up in here without saying hi and asking questions. Were you not raised accordingly? Oh, use your words. Okay. Now, greetings. Let me get back to the task at hand here. So, at this time, it's important for the collective to be mindful of your thoughts, because your thoughts are turning into actions rapidly as words are carrying weight and consequence. Also, realize that your motivation at this time is more so task oriented. So if you are someone who lacks the essence of motivation, first and foremost, know that the motivation is internal. So if you're someone who lacks motivation at this time, you would have to get clear as to what it is that is falsely inspiring you, where there is a misuse of your energy. Okay? So the key right now is to decide once and take appropriate action. Say less, do more. Let results speak for themselves. But I'm going to bring this back a little bit here, because what I truly decided to speak to you all about here is the essence of what is the old and new earth frame. What does that actually mean? Well, as far as the grid on this planet, the earth, the old earth, it more so operated on external authority, hierarchies being upheld by fear, a whole bunch of spiritual bypassing, martyrdom syndrome, and savior complexes, which therefore stepped into delayed accountability and power being extracted rather than embodied. As far as the new earth, new grid, or an upgrade to the planet energetically, frequency-wise, it will operate on inner authority, embodied sovereignty, and direct responsibility for creation, along with conscious initiation and truth enacted and not spoken. The passage between these worlds, these two, requires two forces. One to dissolve false realities and the other to anchor in a new structure. And that's what this shift, when it comes to Saturn and Neptune going into the sign in Aries, are all about. Those are the two forces. One is dissolving false realities, Neptune, and the other one is anchoring a new structure, Saturn. In the sign of Aries, it's basically the ignition chamber. The important thing to know about Aries and why it's so important is that now is the moment you're looking at Aries as a source ignition, not just a personality in regards of fire, the element. Because esoterically, the sign of Aries represents the first impulse of creation, the moment spirit decides to incarnate, action without precedent, which is why it makes more sense that the Fool card is represented by the energy of Aries. A lot of the new age, modern way of people going about tarot and the major arcanas, they're considering the Fool card to be ruled by Aquarius, which is not something I really agree with. I don't agree with that at all. Especially when you're someone who understands the symbology of the journey of the major arcana. Okay. So esoterically, Aries represents that moment spirit decides to incarnate action without precedent and identity before condition, zero, the 0 point. So when the planet enters the sign of Aries, they don't refine, they initiate. So if Neptune enter in Aries, this is basically marking the end of spiritual illusion, because Neptune in Pisces represents the spiritual aspects of the old earth, mysticism without embodiment, compassion weaponized into self-erasure, spiritual authority projected outward, and confusion mistaken for transcendence. When Neptune enters the sign of Aries, upgrading the energy spiritually of this planet, aka New Earth or the upgraded Earth, now truth becomes more expressed through action. Illusion burned at inception. A direct knowing replaces belief. Spiritual identity becoming embodied will. Metaphysically speaking, this energy of Neptune is dissolving false timelines at the point of origin. So therefore, Neptune in Aries, it's going to be exposing false gurus, false missions, false sacrifices, false passivity, marked as peace, basically leaving no room for vagueness at all. If something is not real, it cannot start, it will not begin or initiate. So when it comes to the new earth, Neptune is basically recoding truth moves, illusion stalls. Now with Saturn entering Aries, authority is returning to the individual. So obviously, if we go back just a bit, if something is beginning, there's obviously right before that an ending to a process or a cycle. So Saturn in Pisces, which is where it is right now, in connection to the old earth, Saturn in Pisces, boundaries become blurred, responsibility deferred, karma dissolved without mastery, and structure avoided through sentiment. Now, if you're someone who has those placements, this is what your Saturn return is getting you to a point of realizing, of where boundaries were blurred, responsibility deferred, karma dissolved without mastery. Basically, you're part of a level of mastery that has to do with, okay, we are no longer sweeping this type of shit under the rug and moving as though everything is okay because no one can see it. Bullshit. So now when Saturn goes into Aries, rebuilding this new earth energy, there's radical self-accountability, leadership through example, consequence restored to action, and initiation replaces permission. Saturn is not suppressing Aries, it's more so forging Aries. Iron sharpens iron type of vibe. Because metaphysically speaking, Saturn at this point is anchoring laws into action, bringing an end to waiting for validation, bringing an end to spiritual adolescence, bringing an end to circular healing without embodiment, and recoding the frequency with Saturn and Aries. Can you stand behind what you initiate? So with Neptune and Saturn together in Aries, Saturn goes through each sign, and it takes about 2.5 to 3 years in each sign. And that's an approximate because of the retrogrades that happens when Saturn goes through its cycles. Neptune 13 to 15, around, basically, 13 to 15 years, basically more than a decade. But together they are basically moving as a source level type of audit, where Neptune is removing distorted intentions, while Saturn tests structural integrity. Aries is going to be initiating only what survives both. Because together there'll be collapse in artificial timelines, inherited roles, savior narratives, and most importantly, eliminating spiritual spectatorship. Nothing on the line can be sustained during this moment. And not to be viewed, you know, as a punishment, but more so as selection. So as there's a transition from this old earth into this new upgraded earth, what's dissolving is waiting to be chosen, speaking truth without acting, spiritual identity without responsibility, martyrdom syndrome or suffering as a form of morality, and any form of authority outsourced to systems or figures. So that way there could be the development of this upgraded and new earth of initiated leadership, action rooted in integrity, spiritual authority embodied, creation without precedent, and a direct relationship with source through your willpower. On a deeper esoteric level of all of this, Aries is basically where the soul enters matter. Neptune is going to ensure the soul is undistorted for this to happen, while Saturn is going to ensure the soul is accountable when this does. So yes, this is an end of karmic recycling. The beginning of sovereign creation and the return of spiritual embodiment. So anyone feeling as though that they have to carry another's mission, that's unacceptable. No one carries another's mission now. And no one initiates on borrowed fire. You're the one that's going to have to place yourself into starting something because you embody that direct connection with source. Because the old earth energy or the old way of humanity living on this planet had everything to do with who will save us. This new earth, upgraded earth, the real question, which has always been the question, but this is why, and prior to this, it's been occult knowledge, because it's information that you, as a vessel, has to choose to go that route and seek that information. But this new earth upgraded energy, the real question, which has always been the question once again, is who will stand behind their creation? Because Neptune and Aries is going to remove illusions at the source. So that way Saturn and Aries could restore law to will. Allowing you to have creation without consequence, spirit with the spine, the fire that does not ask for permission. So overall, the presence of Saturn in your chart has all to do with personal and societal structures, and the time it travels in one sign is 2.5 to 3 years. Neptune influences collective and generational reality, and the time it travels in one sign is between 13 to 14 years. Why this is such an extraordinary situation right now for the collective? Again, Saturn has to do with law, consequence, responsibility. Neptune, illusion, belief, spiritual reality. Okay? And Aries has to do with the initiation, ignition, and first cause. So even though Saturn will only be in Aries for a few years, Neptune will be in Aries for over a decade. But the overlap between the two marks a rare initiation window where reality is rewritten, Neptune, and immediately enforce through action, Saturn. This is why so much is coming to the surface where now you're being called to action. Action that is irreversible and precise. Okay? I'm going to go through each sign here to give you a brief description in regards to where illusions dissolve, Neptune, and where responsibility becomes embodied law, Saturn, through the initiation of Aries. Give me one moment here. Oh, I was on mute that whole time. But the message here, Ten of Swords, the Hangman, it could be some of you holding on to some sort of betrayal, specifically who and what, and that's exactly what's holding you back from moving forward. We're going to bring whatever it is we have to bring up here in these messages to the surface to get to the root of it and dissolve it. I'm waiting for delivery, should be here any second. Give me a moment. Gratitude for your patience, y'all. Gratitude for your patience, y'all. Just a moment. So once again, what we're going to do is we're going to go through all 12 signs to see where illusions are dissolving, especially when it comes to your avatar playing this game of life, therefore your rising sign, okay? You can utilize this for your sun, moon, whichever placement in regards to the verbiage that you hear when you hear that sign as well. Use your discernment, all right? What we're looking at now for all 12 signs is where illusions dissolve, Neptune, where responsibility becomes embodied law, Saturn, through the initiation of Aries, which is where they'll be stepping into 555. Wow. Okay, so give me 1 second, because when this really hits, as far as Saturn and Neptune in Aries, is the conjunction that they'll have being at both of them at 0 degrees, which is when it'll be even more powerful. Saturn entering Aries on the 14th of February. Okay. And they will be conjunct on the 20th. So mark that on your calendar, 2/20. 2026 will be the Saturn-Neptune conjunction in Pisces season. And they have both just left Pisces, the sign of Pisces, okay? As a matter of fact, slavery was abolished when Neptune was in Aries and Uranus in Gemini. Interesting. Oh, Grand Solar return. And Venus will be in Pisces as of the 10th of February. Neptune goes into Aries on the 26th of January. So these are dates you want to jot down. Neptune goes into Aries on the 26th of January. And over the next 14 years, that's the sign it'll be in, the sign of new beginnings. Saturn goes into Aries on the 14th of February. Saturn is at a fall in the sign of Aries. This can create judgments towards oneself or others to be much more impulsive and blunt. While Saturn is in Aries, it's a fire sign. So fire signs, if you are someone with sun, moon, rising in the fire sign, more so directed towards soul purpose. So fire sign suns, you won't be tolerating nobody's shit over the next 14 years. Where the past 14 years you may have allowed a lot of shit to slide. Especially while Neptune was in Pisces. But I digress. The conjunction between those two at 0 degrees will be on the 20th of February. We will talk about that at another time. It's Wednesday. So let me and Thoth do what we do, okay? That's what we gonna do. Aries. You got the two powerhouses, Saturn and Neptune, entering your sign. So as an Aries, this is what you are embodying. As a sun in Aries, this would have more to do with your purpose, the essence of your soul. You may even be picking up more information in regards to your father. As a moon sign, this is more related to home matters, roots, ancestors, and your mother. The rising sign is basically embodying the energy of both, as that sun and moon energy is going to be included in the game of life that you're playing. Ready Player One type of energy, the game of life that you're playing. Your rising sign is that control or that avatar that you're using energetically. 3444 on the timer. You hear the numbers, write them down too, and look them up for yourself later on. Aries. Okay. Gratitude for the flower, my love. Aries, first house as a rising. First house represents your identity, body, and direction. With Saturn and Neptune in Aries, finally here, 35. This is a full self-rewrite because Neptune for you, Aries, is going to be dissolving inherited identities, projections, and false callings at the level of the body and will. Especially if you have a moon in Aries, you could be feeling this strongly too, especially with the energy of dissolving inherited identities, projections, and false callings at the level of the body and will. Saturn here requires you to stand behind who you say you are now, Aries. 35:55 on the timer. Saturn requires you to stand behind who you say you are, physically, energetically, and directionally. Because the new version of Earth, when it comes to the new Earth version of you, is going to act first and explain later. If you're somebody with Mars and Aries, you know this shit all too well. You take action first and ask questions later, if you feel as though you choose to. A mask is not going to survive here, Aries. Now, this message came out, and it's feeling as though for some of you Aries here, there's been situations of betrayal that reflect the way you take action that's actually been holding you back. When it comes to stepping in the truth of the legendary version of yourself, because this also represents Pisces, and Pisces represents the sign that embodies all of the signs. But this card also indicates that you're willing to place yourself in uncomfortable positions to see things from a different perspective, especially when it comes to high levels of betrayal that has literally messed with your mental on a level that you possibly are not having a straightforward connection between your mind and your heart, where your head is not even on your shoulders for real. I want to see what this is about. I'm going to keep this here. Yeah, we're going to keep that there as a general theme. Because that's exactly what that energy is giving. And don't usually come on here with the plan, but we gonna take you through there, okay? For all the signs. Message here for Aries, Saturn, Neptune going into, that's you. It's literally you. Put that shit to rest. Let it go, honey. Retreat and recharge. See things from a different perspective, from all of the information that you have been receiving, so that way you can track down your fears and desires. Everything you've been seeing in this uncomfortable position has given you the tools and the skill sets to specifically track down your fears, which is now going to help you to, some of you could actually be going into your sign of return, Saturn in Aries. Okay, it's giving you all the skills and the tools to be able to track down your fears, so that way your fears don't track you down. Specifically to you, Aries, and this may come up for many of the other signs as we move through these messages. Stop chasing the bag, because that's why the bag keep running from you. Anything you chasing is going to run from you. It's running from you because you chasing it. If there's going to be any type of game in terms of chasing, let that money chase you. Let the bag chase you. So that way you can flip the script and now it's running towards you, because now you'll embrace it. Be ready to receive it, especially once you let go of these thoughts of a past situation where there was high levels of betrayal, a lot of backstabbing and all that other nonsense. Okay. Yeah. Show me the energy here for Aries. All right. Oh, this gonna be a long ass line. Ooh, wow. 2238. 10, 12, 22, 38. Yin, Yang, 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. Yeah. So there was certainly situations that has occurred, okay? And you don't have to be an Aries. Just when it comes to your identity, there has been a lot going on that may have disconnected you from your heart chakra. So much so now you're in a position where the angle or Archangel Raphael is coming forward to help you to balance that, so that way you can rebuild on solid structures, especially when it comes to utilizing your voice and the willpower to do so. You've been indecisive for quite a bit. And the reason for that indecisiveness has everything to do with where your mindset has been in regards to past betrayal you've gone through. It's literally been holding you back there. Okay? Here we have even more so, it's speaking of. There we go. Speaking of, don't chase the bag. Let it come to you. Let it come to you. There could be something where you've gone through a plethora of cycles of hard to get type of energy. You know, for what? That's misusing your energy. All right, Aries, you too fine for that shit. No. What? Let me tell you something. One thing about an Aries, yeah, I got some beautiful faces, I can tell you that. Beautiful, handsome faces. For sure, for sure. You rule the head, so it only makes sense. Oh, that could also be the message for y'all. Watch your head. Don't be moving too fast. Watch your head. Slow down. Speaking of the head, you have the third eye. Wow. Your vision is becoming clear. It would become clearer when you stand behind who you say you are, physically, energetically, and directionally. Okay? A mask is not going to survive in this energy over the next 14 years. Oh, wow. 6 and 3. Closing out a cycle of the way you used to perceive yourself, especially when it comes to your inability to trust your gut here about something. I want to see. Your worth. Huh. You could have Black Moon, Lilith, and Taurus. You certainly have a powerful voice, so you have a way of, the same way you've been disregarding your intuition is just as strong as it can be if you actually paid attention to it. 4422. Calcination, dark night of the soul. You've been going through it, mastering a particular cycle, specifically your intuition, 233. 6:09 on the clock right now. May have to do with family member. For sure, for sure. 44:44 on the clock. Your advice though, Aries. Compassionate, gentle, youthful. You are being guided to have gratitude for all that is in your life. Begin today to walk your new path. Remove any unproductive relationships and connect with your authentic self. You are a kind and compassionate purpose. Your purpose has to do with compassion. You may have a North Node in Pisces. You are a kind and compassionate person who shines brightly. If you have a North Node in Pisces, you really want to pay attention to the house that it's in, because if it's in the water house 4, 8, or 12, there's something you came here to end. Specifically generational cycles, if it's in the 4th house. Next we have Taurus. Neptune, Saturn, and Aries will be in your 12th house of your subconscious, karma, and release. For you, Taurus, old earth patterns dissolve at the root. Neptune is going to be assisting you to clear ancestral fog. So if you're in Aries, you may have quite a few Taurus placements. Neptune is clearing ancestral fog, spiritual fatigue, and unconscious sacrifice, while Saturn demands disciplined solitude, energetic hygiene, and clean psychic boundaries. The new earth expression for you, Taurus, is silent strength. No more carrying unseen weight for others. That was really, that was for Aries there. Okay, we're gonna, we was gonna keep it as a theme, but as we switch the energy, here we are. So let's see what we have. Because we're not gonna, because the main thing about that 10 of Swords and the Hangman, some of y'all really gotta get out of this energy of, you know what I mean? Constantly thinking of who and what the betrayal was or has been as far as a storyline in your life. Gain the perspective you have to gain, simply stating as you're not dealing with this anymore. You're handling it now, where you're no longer allowing yourself to be around and susceptible to unproductive relationships, family, career, romantic, even the one you have with yourself. Taurus. Wow, that's deep, especially with this energy going through your 12th house. If you got a Saturn in Taurus, because your return is coming up in another 4 years. You could be going through a serious lesson when it comes to partnerships right now. However, Sun, Moon, Rising. Ooh. The Two of Cups and the Magician. Wow. Saturn is really helping you right now with the demands that is placing onto you going into Aries, disciplined solitude, energetic hygiene, and clean psychic boundaries, because you're going to be manifesting quite a bit of different relationships, and it's giving more so things that no longer serve you coming to the surface. So that way, this can help with clearing ancestral fog, any type of spiritual fatigue, or anything that you're doing where you're unconsciously sacrificing yourself. Okay? Virgo could be significant for you, Taurus. So something in regards to a habit that you have, sixth house energy, or something in regards to service. Maybe you're someone who is also a healer, a reader, oracle. I'm hearing you come from very powerful sorcerers, Taurus. Show me. Very powerful indeed. Shallow and master. Return of the Dragon, Bruce Lee is coming up. And then there goes Venus energy, Gaia frequency, Mother Earth, Shallow and Master, Mother Earth. Okay, Taurus. The next 14 years, especially when it comes to clearing ancestral fog, spiritual fatigue, and removing yourself from situations where you may have not realized that you are sacrificing yourself. You are tapping into the core of the earth, which means you have to be real keen when it comes to seeing, trusting the wisdom of your body through your senses when a certain spirit could be testing you. Just so you can level up. Because we're not here to relay the message of fear-mongering or be careful. Nah. Especially with this Shaolin master that shows up. Walks on, walks off, Mr. Miyagi type shit. Especially, well, that's the whole energy of Saturn and Aries anyway. It's Karate Kid and Mr. Miyagi for the next 2.5 years, Saturn. Next 14 embodies the energy of Neptune. Okay? So you're going to have to be on your P's and Q's, Taurus, when it comes to these relationships. You will be attracting the ones that you're manifesting. Those are the ones that are actually for you. So you would have to really get more familiar with the difference in the two, because if it's something you're attracting, then it's outside of you. If we're going to fine tune this energy, okay? Because when you're manifesting it, that's when it becomes as within, so without. In attraction, as without, so within. So allow it to help you to see the head and the tail. But you're going to have to be very still. I can't tell you to stop being stubborn, or I don't even want to say you're stubborn. It's just more so you only move as a fixed sign. You only move when you feel as though you're supposed to. All fixed signs move that way. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, your fixed signs. You do what it is you desire to do when you desire to fucking do it. Can't nobody make you do shit. You're funny. 53, 33, 18, 18. You could have had a great-grandmother or grandmother that always said that about you too. Can't tell her nothing. She gonna do whatever she or he wanna do. Whatever they decide to do, they gonna do it anyway. That could be of significance. Things are showing up in your reality so you can recognize what it is you have to stop carrying, especially when it's not for you to carry. Just because you're strong and bullish enough to carry it don't mean you should. Some of you could have bullish tactics in the stock market too. What else you got here for Taurus? Oh, it's nitty. Okay. 11-5, 5-11. Cornucopia attachment. And that's you could have Aries placements because the mask is not going to survive in this level of change, especially when it comes to you following your vision towards your enlightenment and your glory here. Stop playing. Cut the shit. You may have to tell a few people that over the next 14 years, I don't feel you would have a problem with that Taurus, unless you're the type of Taurus that don't know how to open your mouth and speak when you're supposed to. We got Queen Jezebel and Jupiter. Well, shit. Magnetic Royal Witch. Now, here's the thing. The truth of Jezebel is not the way people see it today anyway. Because the truth behind that frequency has everything to do with there's no way in hell you gonna tell my people what to do and they supposed to abide by that because you a fucking king out here. That's not what we doing. There's so many different labels that has been misconstrued. You could have a past where now it's time to it has caught up to the point where you have to release whatever it is, this load that you're carrying based on the way people in the past have perceived you, because it's literally blocking your expansion, prosperity, and growth and abundance. You may have an attachment here to that with this showing up. But this is actually assisting you with developing your mastery so you can move forward gracefully. Moving forward gracefully is basically the verbiage of, I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say about my past. Especially when it's connected to your rite of passage and you recognizing the light, dark of yourself. Love, light, and darkness, not just love and light. If it was just love and light, nobody would be here on this here planet, because you would have to go through a womb space, which is pretty dark. Ain't no lights in there. What do you mean? Some of you could have Jupiter in Taurus. You love you some food, but when it comes to masculinity, you have a connection. That could be what it is, where there's people from your past who, were possibly envious about the type of people that you would magnetize towards you, where they're wondering, yo, how in the fuck does he or she get to speak to this person? What people really have to do in that instance is mind your business. Go study yourself. Stop studying people. Go study yourself. You be more than all right then. Yeah, absolutely. What else you got here? Taurus. Ooh, you're on the path of your destiny here, which means your next destination is your destiny. Destiny is a destination. So choose wisely. Your fortune doesn't come unless you take action. A lot of intuition energy showing up here, at least for the first two. Trust your intuition, where it's guiding you. With the High Priestess and the Wheel of Fortune, some of you are destined oracles, sorcerers, priestess, galactic, cosmic guides, especially as as a Taurus, you would have a strong connection to the wisdom of your body as long as you attain the wisdom, which means you might have to hurdle a couple times here and there to, you know what I'm saying? Get a couple meters under your belt. Some of you could have been tapping into what does it actually mean to be immortal? The way this one here is sitting there looking. You could also be someone who is not afraid of that, as you should not be, because shit happens to you every time you sneeze. You leave this motherfucker every time you sneeze or when you go to sleep. There could also be an energy where some of you may not be able to sleep. What you do is create during those moments. Study, journal, do something that uplifts your inner child. Because especially into that topic of eternal life and immortality, you could be in a space where you're being protected from going into a timeline or into the sleep realm or the dream state, the dream realm, because there's something going on. The same way someone would show up late somewhere and they realize that if they left just 5 minutes before the time they left, they would have encountered the accident they saw that happened right in front of their eyes. Is that type of energy. Or some of you, it's not that you can't sleep, it's just becoming more aware of your ability to tune into different realms. I won't be surprised if a mystical creature comes out for you all here. It's mystical enough. The one that you can actually see. Because without these, there won't be human life on this planet, that's for sure. We have creativity, cooperation, and productivity. Yeah. Gaia is seriously working with you in every way possible. Psalm 91 is going to be very significant for you as well, Taurus. You're being guided to change something in your life. Become inspired, follow your heart, and creatively build your future with today's decisions. You have no limitations, and there are no boundaries to your capabilities. Any assistance you required will always be found. Yes, I do change the verbiage because I'm aware of language and want to make sure, you know what I'm saying? You got the horse energy, which is this year. So this year is a prominent one for you. I almost called you Pisces. So Pisces could be a significance. Ooh. Lilith at the bottom of the deck. Love me some Lilith. Shit. Next we have Gemini. Saturn and Neptune will be in your 11th house of community and future vision. Speaking of 11th house, if you have not yet tuned in with me over on TikTok, join the vibes, because over there we can actually do these type of messages and listen to music, which is a vibe. And there's times where we have live parties, okay? So listen, life is about having a great time. Gemini, this could be something you've possibly been doing, but there could be a shift in your network as Neptune dissolves false alliances, performative activism, and borrowed dreams, while Saturn is requiring you to have discernment when it comes to collaborations and responsibility in regards to shared goals. So this new Earth network is going to form itself around aligned action for you, Gemini, not talk. So you can talk to you blue in the face about what it is that you desire to do. Napoleon Hill mentioned alignment saves decades of misused time and energy. It's important to study sequences. You want to utilize your time wisely? Get more connected to alignment. Because alignment creates an effortless environment within and around you. But you see also where there could be this sort of entanglement that happens, destructive entanglement, where a lot of the systems, school, healthcare, whatever the case may be, thrives off of making things complicated by chasing time. Alignment overpowers time by far. Because when you are aligned, there's no reason for you to be focused on time. 66:22, 1 o'clock. So, Gemini, the new Earth network forms around aligned action, not talk. So your future crystallizes through selective associations. Be very mindful of who it is you have around you, Gemini, especially if you find yourself within the past 7 to 14 years distracted, still moving forward, but feeling a little distracted here and there. And you know that things could be a little bit smoother, and it actually can. It always could be. This is why, though, it's important for you to align and not chase time. Gemini. I have to take, you got Judgment. Wow. Ooh, 220 is a big one for you, because that's when Neptune and Saturn conjunct, but also February 2nd. So 18, number 18 could be of significance. The moon going through the stages, going through the cycles here. You won't have to trust your intuition when it, oh, wow. The sign that loves to be logical about things, don't ya? You're going to have to trust your intuition over the next 14 years. Especially if you truly desire victory and success. Because this here state of confusion, you've been overpowering this energy, causing you to be indecisive here, Gemini, because of the whole logical standpoint you want to hold on to. Not every Gemini is that way. However, some of y'all be in this logical standpoint where, all right now, I ain't warning you, but at some point within this message, the warning may come out. I gotta take this fucking sweater off. Y'all done made me hot and shit. Yeah, y'all on the axis of my sign. You just the air Sagittarius at this point. Fuck y'all got going on. Don't piss me off, Gemini. Okay? Now, let's take a look at this. Let's look into this one more time. Saturn and Neptune going into Aries. For you, Geminis, in your 11th house of community and future visions. Now, let's say you were Gemini, you felt as though you've been creatively blocked. It's because for the past 14 years, You've been playing around in the fuck around and find out department a little bit longer than you should have. Being more logical than you are trusting your intuition when the energy spikes through a mood change. There's a lot of data that you're receiving at this time that comes through a shift in your mood. Not every Gemini, but it's, you know what I'm saying? The way this match anyway. Neptune is dissolving false alliances for you, Gemini, especially when it comes to performative activism and borrowed dreams, because Saturn is requiring you to utilize your discernment in collaborations and making sure there is an even exchange of responsibility in regards to shared goals amongst a community, especially when it comes to your visions, Gemini. Let's see here. Let's give it one shuffle. Well, there go your cousin, Virgo. Y'all both connected to Mercury. A new start is coming. You are good enough. You are great, Gemini. You just gonna have to trust your intuition. A new start comes when you trust your intuition. And that's gonna be uncomfortable for you, ain't it? Unless you got some order placements in your chart. If you predominantly earth and air, and the earth is Taurus, oh fuck. But as a Gemini, you're a mutable sign, so it really shouldn't be a big deal for you to be able to shift your perception here, Gem. Okay, let's see. Well, a lot of heart chakra energy coming through. Archangel Raphael working overtime. Third sign in, and Archangel Raphael showing up. Fourth chakra, heart chakra. Trust yourself, babe. Trust yourself, okay? Don't sabotage your creativity for the sake of community. Because it feels as though you're doing more than you have to when it comes to others, and there's a lack of focus or an absence of focus for yourself here. A lot of thinking. I mean, that's what you do. You think, Gemini. Connect more with your thought. The thought becomes more of something that lands while the thinking is still in process, and it's ideas just moving and moving and moving and moving and moving. Land it. Make it a thought. That becomes part of your reality. Yeah, see. 11, 7, 38 in the 25 here. So make sure y'all hitting that thumbs up button while y'all come up in here. Respect the house, okay? That's a sign that you come into this dwelling space. You wash your hands, you take your shoes off at the door, or you leave, okay? Don't come up in here being disrespectful. Move as though you were raised accordingly, whether if it was yourself or an elder. That could be of significance for you too, Gemini, in terms of who you're allowing into your space in your home. Okay? Not deceiving yourself when your heart tells you, this ain't it. Look at this. Can't make this shit up. There goes the thinking. I'm getting, you're seeing crystal clear when it comes to a certain alliance that has to end, that's come to an end. Especially in this 1 year, 2026. It's not a 10. It's a 1. It goes 0 to 9. That 0 is more so connected to the 13th month, which is the if we want to put a label to it, which there is, it would be a day out of time, but that's a different conversation. For you, Gemini, it's possibly here important for you to get deeper into your galactic signature as well. Between the month, between now and February 2nd, it's really important for you to utilize your discernment when it comes to a particular collaboration here, especially in matters of the heart. A new start is coming. Show me the deceit. Let me see. For Gemini, show me the deceit. Archangel Raphael, what is the deceit about here? You're healing. Are you actually healed? And why is it that you're surrounding yourself with a particular community? And are you being deceptive towards yourself when it comes to your healing? Is this a home that you've created because it's a comfort zone? This is Jupiter in Libra. So this precisely has to do with one-on-one relationships as far as Libra is concerned. As far as Jupiter is your expansion, prosperity, growth, integration of lessons. In the sign of Libra, this is law and order as well. Deceiving yourself about what's balanced. This, I'm telling you, Gemini, I almost called you Libra. For some of you, it could be a Libra. I've mentioned Libra with this card, but I was just, as I'm saying Gemini, I was about to call you Libra. Now I'm getting this tension headache yeah, see, it's time to walk away from this situation that no longer serves you. This is Saturn in Pisces here. This could be where you may not desire, and no one should, to be around energies that are constantly complaining. But the reason why you're still there and you have a reason to complain about that energy is because there's something within yourself that you swept under the rug that it's time for you to 7707 on a timer. That's straight facts right there. I'm also getting this energy where someone has been waiting to get something out. You've been waiting to get it out, or waiting to exhale. Waiting to exhale. Some of you could have Capricorn 7th house. Again with the deceit card, but this is in reverse here. Yeah, see, you're deceiving yourself big time about your healing. About what? About what? What is Gemini deceiving themselves about here? A new beginning. So let's say if I was talking to you personally, you'll probably say, no, I'm good. Ain't nothing going on. You fucking lying right now. It's not for every Gemini, but you know what I'm saying? That's what that is coming through here. Or this could be someone around you. You know what I'm saying? Where they're constantly saying, no, I'm fine. And you're someone who is an empath and you can feel people's energies and people, you know, they just simply don't feel comfortable with disclosing something to you. That's your cue to stop doing whatever it is you may be doing to persist in regards to subliminally persisting to get information. Or this could be someone around you persisting to get information that you don't feel comfortable sharing this information with. And if that's the case, that is the exact one that you have to get out of your space. One more. Show me the energy around them. Show me the energy around. That was the 8 of Cups. Walk away from something that no longer serves, a heavy ass burden. It goes to 18. Cycles over and over and over again. Lupin. Guadalupe could be of significance. You know what? Yeah, we're done. Some of you, this could be a maternal figure, or it's something about a creative project. This is a creative project you have that's been on hold because of a community that you're around. It's a false ass tribe. Well, I just heard stop questioning and take action. Look at creativity, womb space, the sacral. I mean, it's gonna come out as often as it should. What you have here for Gemini? This is a hidden challenge. What is it? You seeing things clearly? You got to be shitting me. And again, the 8 of Cups. What's this? Don't block your emotional fulfillment from an absence of mental clarity. I don't know who you talking to. Nobody know fucking Bookie Boo. Don't disrespect me. Let me see. Spiritual magic. 40. Foundation. Let's see. Man, it's time for you to to soar above the bullshit for real. The same way, see, that could be of significance where people are just coming towards you because of the skill set you have, and because they know you, they feel as though, oh, can you? No, you can tell people no. This is a Gemini who's who you might say that you don't care to say no when it's a no, but you still out here saying yeah. Release, clear, and align. This keep coming out. Purity, cleanse, release. It's going to come out as many times because you're in a position to give birth to something so massive that you may not even be aware that the only thing that's holding you back, especially with Saturn, okay, and Neptune going into Aries, will be in your 11th house, which means over the past 14 years, while I was in your 10th, as we got closer to Saturn and Neptune going into Aries and it shifting into the 11th house, there has been a lot going on when it comes to the way you see yourself, the way you're recognized for your achievements, especially when it comes to you tapping into the frequencies of your higher mind, coming out of the 9th house into the 10th. Now it's going into your 11th when Saturn and Neptune going into Aries. You may have even began a project, right? Where in releasing your creativity to the collective, you really got to see who was who. As far as true supporters, fake ones moving as true ones. Especially if you have gone through your Saturn return. And there's still things that you can't resolve on your own and you go towards whatever tribe or community you have. That's the only way you're able to resolve them. You got a lot more work to do, Gemini, than you perceive you do. Because the greatest works to be completed and done in terms of oneself and knowing oneself is the work you do with self. Yeah, there's a time and place, you know what I'm saying, to commune with others. But the rawness and the truth of you getting to the bottom of a situation, you want to do that with yourself. It's literally what this is saying here. So much so that in pointing at it, there's a lose of focus anytime you shift away from seeing within yourself. Guidance for Gemini. The skillful one at that, Mercury energy in itself. Fox, observant, intuitive, observant, intellectual. You are being guided to look beyond the shadow side of any relationship. Open your eyes, mind, realign with your heart to the limitless opportunities around you. And we're done talking to you, Gemini. Right at the bottom of the deck, you got the actual representation of Aries, Saturn, Neptune going into Aries, having to do with courage, strength, and pioneer. You're being guided to follow your heart and find the joy, intrigue, and enthusiasm for life. Look beyond the tried and true. You are on your own unique journey, Gemini. There is no mountain too high or rugged for you. Forge ahead with stamina, determination, and self-love. Next, we have Cancer. Cancer rising. You can utilize this for your sun, moon as well. Saturn and Neptune going into Aries will be in your 10th house of authority, vocation, and public role. Neptune at this time will be exposing false authority, both external and internal, while Saturn forges earned leadership. The new earth role you step into, Cancer, is not granted. However, it is claimed through consistency and accountability. Visibility increases only when integrity is unquestionable. So you, Cancer. Oh. Okay, Mastermind. King of Swords, the mental strategist, the plan and the blueprint. Oh, wow. And the Three of Pentacles. You have a focus now, Cancer, that is basically going to allow you, focus, strength, and courage, 8811, that's going to allow you to do multiple things. It's given mogul type of energy. You are a cardinal sign, so prepared to take the lead, especially when it comes to the awareness of the consistency that is required for that level of leadership. Cancer, it seems as though, wow, this is huge. Because with this level of perspective that you have, you're bringing it into spaces that allows others to thrive. So obviously leadership skills, or the skill set of a leader here. But it has a lot to do with the way you're able to nurture a situation. There's something about molding something here, or your hands are very significant at this time. This could be weaving. You could also be a cosmic weaver. You see exactly what is necessary for something to thrive for the long term with the King of Swords connected to the Aquarian energy. You carry the skill set and the tools that allows things to thrive for the long term, while also providing others with this level of reality that they can have within themselves that shifts them automatically. You certainly have your ancestors here, Cancer, backing you up when it comes to this high level strategy that you are beginning to embody at a much deeper level than you've had in previous years. Where you could also see where others are unable to question your integrity. Let's take a looky look. Prosperity lies ahead. Magic Guardian, yeah. You could have a strong connection to working with any type of herb, and it could really bring forth healing properties. Or it could be something about that where your presence alone allows people to remember who they are. Remember and know, Aquarius, I know who they are, and it allows them to utilize the lessons they've gone through. Let's see here. So you're still shedding old skin. We have the snake. You may have been born the year of the snake as well, or 2025 is very significant of the changes you've been making here. You might have been in a deep rest and recalibration season, Cancer. 2025, preparing for this 1 year, 2026. Especially when it comes to this year being a year where you are creating a much stronger foundation. The Emperor, 4, foundation. Take charge with authority. Yeah, see, okay. Okay now, Cancer. Because, it's really giving that type of vibe. Because, shit. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I have to shift something here. You've been reborn, because I'm singing a salsa in my head, which has to do with the rebirth. Come on, y'all. There could be career pressures that may have been increasing for you as well, Cancer, where authority dynamics are actually coming into focus. which also means you're being noticed more. So this would really be the moment for you, Cancer, to take ownership of your professional role, because your credibility will certainly increase through your consistency. So make decisions based on long-term results, Cancer, okay? What you want to stop doing is avoiding responsibility, hoping recognition comes without effort, and letting your emotions run your public life, Cancer. Because nothing will come of this situation. Okay? Shit. Might have been in hermit mode quite a bit. Storm warning. What's this? Show me. Show me. You have the strategy to put things together. That's what this was about. You have the strategy to put things together, especially when something is about to. So you could be placed in positions where when something is ending is when you show up, or when that you could have realized that that's been happening quite a bit for you, especially in matters of work, career, that you always show up somewhere where things are chaotic and your presence brings the situations into order. Did I do it? I think I did. Hold on, honey. Honey. No. Hold on. Real talk, Cancer, almost called you Libra. Don't let nobody rush you. Don't let nobody rush you. Do not allow anyone to rush you. Yeah, 10, 11. Wow. Big portal opening. Storm warning, cornucopia. Be prepared to receive honor, blessings, recognition, and reward. I mean, especially with it being in your 10th house, Saturn and Neptune. Yeah, this is the moment where at 9922, you're helping to build communities once they end. You're really becoming the architect here, Cancer. Whether this is having to do with your purpose, your family, or yourself, or all three together. All three together. You know what? That shit is hilarious. Wait. Oh shit. Would you break up with your man if he will do the splits? What is good with y'all? Who raised y'all? Who raised y'all? Where you come from? Officially, we read your comment. Okay? Who raised you? Cancer, we got Mercury. All right, what your trickster spirit having ass with that comment. That's what that was. Hold on. Oh, made me put your ass back in the dungeon. Cancer. Y'all funny. Libra is very significant for you. You deserve balance. More so, the reflection of yourself. The masculine within yourself, especially for you, goddesses, empresses. This has to do with the balance between the masculine and the feminine energy, but more so balancing out your masculinity. So that way you can embody both being the nurturer while also being the protector, especially in this position where you're being asked to take charge with authority. That doesn't mean to lose the essence of being a nurturer, obviously. For some of you, this is where you being a single parent actually invokes a different type of level of leadership within you. You may ask yourself, why did this happen? Well, you're about to see why. Because that situation taught you exactly how to be in this position of leadership, especially when it comes to your career. Okay. Very interesting. Whoa. Yeah, whatever this is that you are releasing, vuelvo a nacer, having a rebirth from, was pretty heavy. Had to do with love, that's for sure. Venus is popping right here. Go girl. 25-7. That's you, the chariot. 17. 1725. 177. 717 could be your birthday. Your solar return as a Cancer. 2010, 2011 is very significant to you in regards to an old version of yourself that you are releasing. And in releasing that, it will allow you to, take the lead, take charge with authority. You could have Scorpio placements, or the Scorpio message is going to be significant for you as well, love. I'm really strongly picking up on a Libra because the balance card was at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, where you're having to make a decision in regards to your method and choice of communication, along with choosing yes or no to communicate. Because they may be reaching out to you based on the version of the past that they know of you, not the present tense. They don't know the gift you've given yourself to be this version of yourself, so they don't know the ways of communicating with the present version of you. Trust your gut. We got solar plexus energy. Especially if you immediately feel, I'm getting take charge over yourself and the knowing that you have, especially when it comes to collaborations and career, when it comes to someone that doesn't align with your willpower and authority, what you're willing and can do. If they choose to speak in a way that, you know what I'm saying, distracts you from your purpose, or there's some sort of conversation where you feel as though it's causing you to deviate from your path, that's a no, babe. 105.51. Yeah, there's something that is coming in to tempt you just to see how ready you are moving forward. Are you going to take ownership of your role? Is the question. 711 to 717 is very strong here. So that's 4 of Cups. Are you going to continue to do what it is that you are discontent and bored of doing, or are you going to shift? You could be in this level of mental conflict. This is Moon in Libra, so you could have a Moon in Libra. Not sure what it is in regards to a Libra. It could be a significant partnership, one-on-one. What about Libra? Show me Libra. Wow. 4 is significant. October 4th. Which is the 3 of Swords. Saturn and Libra. It's the lesson that you've been... So there's something in regards to a significant relationship, one-on-one, in the past that has affected the way you take charge when it comes to your authority. The issue had to do with it influencing you avoiding responsibility, perhaps. Or where there was a heightened sense of emotions that trickled into your public life. That level of dynamic is coming into focus. You know what this is? Okay. So you may have been in past situations around people where when you're in a level of authority, they can't handle that version of you because they desire to be that version of you. So you have to be real careful with those that you have around you. Be mindful. Fuck a careful. Be mindful. Move wisely. I'll be up in here putting shit on here and removing it like you ain't about to get blocked. That could be a significance where someone says something and say, "No, that's not what they said." Man, shit. Or somebody doesn't want to hear where you've expressed something that you said and they want to flip that shit in a way it makes them comfortable. They're used to making people uncomfortable because you minding your business. Yeah, seriously. Don't allow people to pluck your wings. The fuck? Well, I see. Well, you said, love you, butterfly, but we about to dragging this thing out. You've been dragging something for too long. It made you a dragon. 88, 2000 could be a significance. 76 or is 76 or 77, one of the two. Wisdom, spirituality, abundance. You are being guided to tap into your inner wisdom and find your higher purpose. You have a unique gift to present to the world. Some of your past relationships with family members moved the way they did because it was actually helping you to become more aware of your emotions, so that way when it's time to utilize them in the house of Capricorn, 10th house, because that is the axis, that is basically the realm of where your feelings affect what it is that you do and the way you operate, and lessons and wisdoms that you've gained. Fourth house has to do with your roots, your family, your ancestors, your mother, your emotions, your subconscious mind, the moon energy. 10th house has everything to do with your career, your authority, your public role, the way you are recognized. You may have come from a background where, it wasn't really celebrated when you've done very well, to the point it may have put you in a position to overwork yourself to, let's just say, seek validation. Don't feel as though you were seeking it. Some, yes, but others, not so much that. It was just more so that when it was time to celebrate you, somebody always came at you with some bullshit where your celebration is sort of short-lived. The time has come to showcase yourself and your abilities, Cancer. Be strong and courageous through your transition. You are being guided to embrace change and detach from what no longer serves you. Begin now to recognize your own beauty and elegance, and the world will do the same. That is literally you. Where you're in a position, Cancer, especially once Saturn and Neptune go back into Aries, you're going to be more recognized for things that you're doing, even if you're not prepared to. That's just what it is for the next 14 years, especially. So it's better that you know than you don't. Next, fabulous Leos. Saturn and Neptune will be in the 9th house for you. Okay. 9th house speaks of truth, belief systems, and higher law. Here, Neptune is dissolving inherited philosophies and spiritual dogma for you, Leo. While Saturn is asking you to live what it is you teach. I just heard Barry White. Practice what you preach. And telling me that here I am, baby. The new earth path for you, Leo. It's time for you to perform. I mean, not perform, but you don't have an issue with that unless you're a Leo that does. You playing. What the fuck you doing over there? But anyway, the new earth path for you, Leo, with Saturn and Neptune in the 9th house, is experiential truth. So this is embodied wisdom that's going to withstand challenges. This is where your worldview becomes actionable doctrines, Leo. So what changes here is that old belief systems no longer work. You question what you've been taught, and you desire to live by your own standards. That grows even more for you, Leo. So right now, well, especially month of February 220, when both Saturn and Neptune are in Aries at 0 degrees in that womb state, Leo, apply what you know instead of studying endlessly. You've been studying the script. Now it's time for you to film Action. This could also be your moment to travel more or teach with purpose. Align your actions with your personal ethics, Leo. Ooh, been growing this for a while. Seven of Pentacles, Saturn and Taurus. Oh, shit. Not you coming out in reverse. What does this know about? We have to look at this here because well, this could be preaching without practice, following philosophies that don't match your real life for real, and avoiding the responsibility you have to make a choice. Something's not growing because there's not enough element of radiance for it to grow. Especially, I mean, that's clear as day. You literally got the sun here, which is you, Leo energy. The sun coming through this person's hands at the, what is, you're not seeing something at the root of it here. This could have to do with you not practicing what you Barry White. Somebody got a deep voice. You not trusting yourself, Leo. Huh. In regards to the wisdom you embody that withstands challenges, you could be laughing this off too. This could be something you're hiding through laughter, acting as if everything is okay. Who was that? Was that? You could be in a connection with a Gemini, or something about Gemini is significant too. What is this? You got too many options. You have too many options because they've piled up. Something about it. Shit. Let me tell you something here, Leo. Okay? Don't misuse your power. Especially not with Saturn and Neptune and a fellow fire element. That is the worst ass whooping you could ever ask for. I'm gonna tell your ass right now. Something as simple as not deciding on the truth of your desire, not what you want. What do you desire? Let's say you have a certain way of being in a relationship. Or okay, for some of you, this got something to do with you're stuck on a certain way of doing things or a certain type. And you're not allowing to see but it said you're not seeing the other options you have. Okay, you have too many options. But you're focused on something here that's not growing. If you're in a position where you are unable to live the life of your own philosophy, it's time to cut that shit out. Especially if you are someone with the natal Saturn in Aries. You're coming into your Saturn return where Saturn is asking you, are you ready to step into the truth of what it is that you believe based on what you know and not what they've taught you to believe. Because Neptune is literally dissolving anything that was inherited as far as a philosophy or spiritual dogma or religion-based ways of moving in life. Where there's something you desire to do, but because of the way you were raised, you're literally shutting down your body moment by moment, not choosing what your heart desires to do. Because of a religion that says that if you do this, that is blasphemy. Hey, ain't nothing that in them biblical texts or them biblical texts don't say nothing about that. Because it's all allegories. All these biblical stories are allegories. 2020 could be of significance. So you holding something back. I almost called you. What's a lot of y'all got something going on with Libra or a significant one-on-one relationship that is affecting your identity. You holding yourself back. It's time for you to move, Leo. You're basically an oak tree planted in a flower pot. You're not gonna grow there, love. And you can feel the restrictions. It's not enough room for you to breathe. Just know you do have this particular transit over the next 14 years. There will be a massive dissolving of inherited philosophies and spiritual dogma, Leo. Especially you sun and moons in Leo. I feel as though a Leo rising would be more aware if they are aware of their sun, moon. If they're aware of their chart, a Leo rising, then you there could be something that's coming up, especially if you've had your Saturn return already, where it is something that's reminding you of when Saturn returned for you already as it goes through its squares. Because when your natal Saturn squares the current transiting Saturn placement, it feels as though you're going through your Saturn return all over again. So let me get one more here. Fuck, Leo. Hold on, Leo. I got you. Hold up. Ooh. Because this, what I'm seeing is something in your environment, because Saturn has to do also with what's in your environment. So from the sun to Mars is more so of things that you can't control, that you are in control of. And the outer planets from Saturn to Pluto has everything to do with generation or external situations. We're taking those for you. The crown of it for you has to do with your money. You got your finances in order. You know what your goals are, what you aspire to do. Wow. You're committed to that. Oh, wow. These are beautiful. See, just get, okay. You are in such a high place right now, Leo. These are beautiful cards. So you could be going through a test at this very moment to see if you're going to remain comfortable, or are you going to allow yourself to trust in the divine to get you exactly what you desire based on your vision board. Because this is given whatever's on your vision board, is manifesting. So much so, 929, 1929, Archangel Michael is cutting things at the root. And because that number is showing up for you right now, what I'm seeing is you're going through a situation to see if you are sure, because you won't be able to turn back to that past version of yourself. Because things are going to become grand. It's basically saying with the sun in reverse, which is you, 12444, are you willing to shift and bring light to your situation, or are you going to sit in whatever this energy is that have you feeling as though something that you desire is not going to come to fruition? And Leo, you're real good for hiding your pain until you don't. You're very good. You're great at masking your pain. But I'll tell you what. Not but. I'll tell you what. That just popped out in regards to if you see this, what's at the root. If you see this, let me see, show me. Not if you see this, you have to see this. You don't have to do shit. Just a messenger. Seeing this at the root of it, we're gonna make it clear. You see how obviously, you see how the camera, the blur of it is? That's Neptune and Pisces. Neptune and Pisces can blur boundaries. It's got to do with your boundaries. Yeah, it do. It's got to do with your boundaries, Leo. As I said that, the shit got real fuzzy. Yeah. It's you're growing something that's come to an end. You're attempting to grow something that's come to an end. Could be with the Scorpio even, or a water sign. We got Temperance here. It's teaching you spiritual alchemy. It's reminding you of this. This is where Saturn and Neptune and Aries is the house that it's going in, the house of Temperance, the house of Sagittarius. So you're really stepping into your God state. So you could be feeling real left out right now when it comes to, people that you've helped. It's a lot. It is a lot. I know it is, Leo. This shit ain't funny. It's not. It really ain't fucking funny. And I say that because, once again, you have the ability to really block shit out and people don't notice what it is you got going on. Why? Because the sun rises every fucking day, don't it? Whether one decides to have a lucid moment or a day, the sun rises each and every cycle once it goes through a 24-hour cycle, whatever time people want to put in the shit. This is wild. And because you are a reflection, or you share the access with Aquarius, you can see a lot of what's going to happen next. And you may carry this energy of being someone who is highly animated. You be so fucking serious about what it is that you're saying, as animated as you may be. And people may not take you seriously just because of that. But you be so serious though. So here's a suggestion. If there's someone you trust in your life, Leo, be real about what it is that you're feeling and express yourself to them. Allow yourself to have that moment, Tez, if that's necessary, okay? Because it's real easy to just laugh things off. There's a moment where it's okay for you to cry too. I didn't even get into the oracle cards. I had to go straight tarot with you. Because you walking up into the house of Sagittarius. And as a Sag, you woke up into that house, we have to talk. What did you learn from the previous house of what ended? Because you can't bring that shit past this house. It can't go with you. Because right after the house of Sagittarius, you got the house of Capricorn, the house of Carbon. And in that house, you can receive a reward or another lesson. And as it's a God level power of energy, I won't suggest you bring the past shit into this new life. Show me this root. Show me the root here for Leo. We said it all. We revealed it. Trust your intuition. I mean, listen. The High Priestess. Here's the thing. Man. There's nothing above you because there's nothing as far as tarot, there's nothing above the High Priestess. You're in a position to govern the veil, your inner knowing, and any unspoken law. Sagittarius message for you, Leo, is going to be very significant. Yeah, it is. I mean, you're the bridge. You're the fixed one of the fire. Aries is the cardinal. Sagittarius is the mutable. Look at every image you see as I'm shuffling these cards. Yeah, Fire Guardian. I got you. That's you. Summertime. That's your season. Bask in the joy and light. You're very close to achieving your goal. When it comes to your dreams and your journey. Hey, Leo, you could have been telling yourself something happened. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You know exactly what's happening. Yeah, you do. Can't even lie. Can't even lie. Look at this. Confidence is the key to success. New moon in Leo. Hold your vision, which is you. Fixed sign energy. You're very close to achieving your goals. See from a higher perspective the eagle, which is another fellow fixed energy. Because you have to trust in your talents in changing times. Things are changing. Prosperity lies ahead when you trust your talents in changing times. See, honor your inner knowing. I could keep going and going and going with it. Okay, Leo. Okay. All right. You being blocked is what comes first. See, it could be stupid shit of that nature where people are testing you, Leo. Testing what it is that you know, but you literally help this planet energize itself. Look at yourself as an element. More so, The element will be fire. But view yourself as the luminary that you are. You're ruled by the sun. The luminaries in astrology is the sun and the moon. So wherever you have Leo and Cancer placements, listen to the Cancer energy as well. Right before this is very significant. Mother Earth about to literally shake shit up. See, I'm not wishing no earthquakes on nobody, but it's that type of energy that you're carrying, especially when you apply what you know and you align your actions with your personal ethics. Someone, Mother of the Gods, you better remember who you are. 1620, 420. Oh, well, there's that. That could be what this is too. You're overusing the herbs of the triple goddess. Okay. Are any of you in here Leos going through this type of energy where people are really testing you? Because I've noticed that show up quite a bit for y'all. I mean, you're the sign that is basically the star of the show. You are the star of the show. You shine wherever you go. I seen the hearts. You don't have to allow that though. In the sense of let them do what they do. Use that as fuel. Let them be the gasoline to your element. That's all you do. That's all you do. When it comes to the element, the fire, literally, Leo, you the middle child that move as the last one. And as a Sagittarius, I got you, boo. Fuck out of here. Unless, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's some other shit where you cross me, then you gonna see what the fuck it is. You gonna rather them 100 motherfuckers come after you than the one of me. Respectfully up in this bitch. You hear me? Stop playing. Anyway, look at the elemental forces that are coming through here. You're okay. As a Leo, make sure you're utilizing herbs in a way that herbs respond to the sun. I'm so serious right now, especially trees, especially 420 vibes, because it's a triple goddess energy, so it's going to place you into your body. And if you're not comfortable being there, not only that, it's going to place you into your body, yes. But treat it as if it's your daughter and she just started dating. You don't desire for just anybody to just show up and talk about, oh, I desire to date your daughter. That's not happening. You're going to get real protective over your tribe when it comes to any and all things that decides to come towards it. Move that way with yourself, especially when you're using herbs. Some of you may be, because there's so many shops where you can get them, that's not the same shit from the past though. I digress. Show me the energy here for Leo. 744. That's literally the number for the lion in the lexicon. That, you know, the fuck what? Hold on. Yeah, it is. Look at this. Come on. 744. The lion. So I know for sure I'm talking to you. The world. 11. Cause I'ma pick the world up and I'ma drop it on the floor. Hey, Libra, you next. There could be a few of you wanted to hear, desiring to hear about a Libra, or you got Libra highly aspected. 26 is a God number. This could be, yeah, you could be overly speaking to people about, oh, you are a god or a goddess, and they testing you. That could be the energy. Focus on your abundance, Leo. Focus on your abundance. It's blossoming, okay? I saw you the first time. Don't be in here spamming the same shit in different ways. You know what? You're doing too much for me. Yeah, all tied up. That was the energy I was just talking to. Get up on out of here. Leave. Leo. Okay. Go through your door of personal healing and happiness, beloved. Your advice? It's you. You coming out strong with the feline energy. Feline. Who even speaks that way? Because that was not me. Anyway, courageous, dynamic inner strength. You are being guided to begin a new journey, one that is exciting and purpose-driven. You have everything you desire to confront your adversity. Advisory. To confront adversity and turn it into opportunity. Fiercely pursue what you desire. You are an amazing life force with limitless power and potential. A few more advice. We went in a different order because we did a lot of tarot for you, babes. Patience. Seeds is growing. The devil showing up twice. Godly. Suffering in silence. That's that conversation where some of you. Okay, I'm gonna. I may have to open up for just a conversation for phone calls if people desire to have phone calls, because I do have an offering of the journey of life analysis. The questionnaire is very strict. That type of analysis is not for everyone. If you are someone who is highly aware, awakened, and you desire that space to just evolve more and have that one-on-one, then that's precisely for you, because you'll know how to answer that question, those questions. But it seems as though I do have to open up for other tiers in this sense. That could be of significance too, where some of you require a space to release. But don't come up into that space releasing and you going back to the same shit you just released, because as a Saturn in Capricorn with 1 degrees, get more familiar with your Saturn placement, Leo. The degrees included. Specifically the degree. Okay. If you're not a member of the channel, you can also get more information about that Saturn degree by becoming a member of this channel. Scroll through the post that you see, go to the Saturn one, and you'll be able to ask me that question to answer it for you. That's one option you have to. Because when it comes to one-on-ones, we're not going to misuse energy on either side. And as someone with the psychology background, my questions are very precise, okay? So this is why I will be developing different tiers, but for right now, my focus is more so, I guess but you could really call it the cosmic galactic versions of oneself that is truly ready. There's so many ways that people can disclose where they're at in their journey. And it's important for me to make sure, we're a great fit for one another. That's all. No harm, no foul, baby. Virgo. Saturn and Neptune and Aries is going into your 8th house. Ooh, baby. As if you ain't already spicy by itself. 8th house has to do with power, intimacy, and shared resources. Neptune and Aries, Saturn and Aries. For you, Virgo, Neptune clears distortion around control, debt, and energetic entanglement, while Saturn requires mature stewardship of power, emotional, sexual, and financial. The new Earth expression is clean exchange and sovereign intimacy without dependency. There's something in regards to honor, because the way my dragon ring is moving right now on my finger, because I just reached you and I just felt the energy of my dragon here. Something in regards to honor. What's changing for you, Virgo, has everything to do with financial or emotional entanglements that require clarity. Therefore, power dynamics are coming to the surface, allowing you to see where you overgive. This placement is asking you to set clear boundaries around money and energy, Virgo. Review your debts, contracts, and obligations, as well as take emotional responsibility without controlling others. As a Virgo sun, moon, and rising, what you're being asked to stop doing with this energy is merging without agreement, avoiding uncomfortable conversations, and carrying hidden resentment, especially you being the sign that rules the nervous system. That's the biggest thing you want to be mindful of over the next 14 years. Carrying hidden resentment, Virgo, is going to shut down your nervous system. And without that, come on now. Virgo, show me Virgo. If you are a Virgo sun, this has to do with, when it comes to you carrying hidden resentment, it's going to affect your purpose, your soul purpose. When it comes to being a moon in Virgo, holding on to resentment is going to affect the way you build family, structures that have to do with family, or the way you have a connection to family that really triggers you, especially in the heart space. So you have to be very mindful of that. And as a rising Virgo, embodied, and just look at it from the embodiment of both your purpose and where you are at when it comes to your heart space in relation to family, home, your roots, mother. It's time to clear up those wounds, love. Virgo, ooh, very precise for you, baby. What is Virgo trapped in fear about? Oh, Joey Kent. Gratitude, my love. Welcome, Virgo. Welcome, honey. A Virgo and Gemini would really love my style of explaining things. Much love to y'all. Not saying any other sign wouldn't. I'm just saying, yeah, I get y'all. That Mercury factor. I may have a Mercury in Sag, but I have a Moon in Virgo. I can see things from a bigger picture, but I have a strong connection to my subconscious mind and what it's provided me in regards to details. What are you afraid of? A sudden change. Oh, that is such a Virgo energy. That makes you hold back from moving forward. It's not even funny when it should be the complete opposite. It's the complete. Okay. All right, Virgo. Come here, boo. Come here. Let's talk. Okay. You know what it is? You have to become Virgo. Make love to your nervous system. Here's why. This energy is similar to someone you've had a crush on, but you feel as though, oh, they would never speak to me. And you go somewhere. You don't expect to see this person. And they show up. And you fucking freeze. Because you don't know what to do with yourself. Granted, that's the explanation of what's happening internally in regards to being afraid of changing something because of how suddenly your life can change. It's as if that's still so the connection that Virgo has to Chiron too, where it's that savior complex. You want to save everybody or whoever it is before you shift gears. But you have to stop doing that. These next 14 years, that's the last thing you should be allowing yourself to do. Saving other people from a disastrous experience because you've seen the details or you got receipts of certain experiences, and it's very easy for you to analyze, well, if you do this, this is exactly what's going to happen there. That's Virgo. You're very keen to analyzing situations. It's nothing for you to analyze shit. But when it comes to taking action, you could be a little delusional. You can thank your partner Pisces because you're on the same axis. 6th house and 12th house. What's this tower energy? What's this? The Queen of Wands? Not true being hesitant when it comes to your purpose. Very photographic memory. Because Virgo is also connected to healthcare or caretaker type of energy. So it's very easy for a Virgo to dim their light or say certain things sometimes, more times than necessary. Because what I'm speaking to for all signs is where you know your power and your strengths, but you put it to the side more often than necessary. Because you may not desire to hurt anyone's feelings, but it's not even about that. It's about stepping into your truth, embodying that, and living that. Because for some of you Virgos, this is trickling into your significant relationships. In the realms of intimacy. Or your thought patterns when it comes to intimacy in alignment with shared resources. Where you're merging into agreements without an actual agreement because you're avoiding uncomfortable conversations due to carrying hidden resentment, possibly not even from the situation you're in right now, but from a past connection or version of yourself. You got the same card Cancer got, but yours is in an upright on some let it go. What exactly? And you got the, now you know what? Some of you, it got to do with the Cancer, or it got to do with the way you were raised or something here. You may complain about a maternal figure, but you and that maternal figure are a reflection of each other. Y'all literally the same person. Aries, this is Queen of Wands, Aries. Aries is basically looking at, I am that I am. And she-wolf, Cancer energy, mother energy. You are exactly the version of who you allow yourself to be when it comes to your connection to your high priest, high priestess energy. I'm a Lyran. You do with that what you will. You're the leader of your pack, Virgo. You may have forced yourself throughout these years to show people that you are that. But the whole key about this is that you don't even have to do all of that. All you had to do was literally set clear boundaries around your money, your energy, because your money is also the representation of where you are at in terms of your currency, because money is just currency. It's just energy in motion. And your connection to money really reflects your connection to your feminine side, how receptive you are. There could also be a misuse of receptivity too, in regards to those agreements that you are allowing yourself to receive, especially while Neptune was in Pisces, opposing you. Really causing you to see yourself. The same way you see this one here looking in this mirror. The past 14 years, this is where you've been, Virgo. The way you break through that is sudden. It can happen suddenly. It's the moment you take action when it comes to your purpose. And for each and every one of you, a clear representation of your purpose astrologically, whichever system you decide to use, you'll see that clearly in your North Node. One second here. All right, so, okay, Virgo. All right. One thing about me, I overstand a Virgo. I got a South Node in Virgo and a Moon in Virgo. So, live many lives as a Virgo. Feel me? What's this, baby? Work through your fears. New Moon in Scorpio. Let's go to the Lilith deck. Black Moon Lilith deck. Yeah, you're gonna have to get that just to see. The Moon. This is something maternal. This could be a maternal pattern that you're assisting in breaking. For sure, for sure. The Moon is very significant. The She-Wolf. Unleash the wild within. Show me the wild within for Virgo. Show me the wild within. Ooh. This has to do... Virgo, here's the thing. The fact that Lilith just showed up, this shit. Okay. And I just said, we're going to the Lilith deck. You're the first time that I mentioned what deck this was. The name of the deck itself, Black Moon Lilith, and I mentioned her name in it. With Lilith and Virgo, when it comes to a misuse of energy or overusing your skills, or let's say okay. Let's say you're at work and you're doing too much for how much you're getting paid. Lilith is not gonna support that shit. Lilith will drag your ass until you recognize you tired yet? Your blood pressure high enough for you to get the fuck up on out of here because you feel as though this is where you have to be? No, you don't. You have too much value to be sitting here doing things that no longer serve you. But that's also part of an energetic vibration that has been passed down from generation to generation to generation maternally. You're the one that's embodying the wisdom to shake all of that off. But you have to be still enough as the hermit that you are. You represent the hermit in the major arcana to hear what it is your heart is telling you when it's time to shed old skin. Some of you could really be born during the year of the snake, or you come from an ancient lineage when it comes to the serpent frequency. When it comes to Kundalini awakenings, you're very aware of that. So much so you could be a test to people, especially with the fact that it's going into the 8th house for you. Saturn and Neptune going into the 8th house for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is not the time for people to be playing with you, especially you not playing with yourself, first and foremost. Because people will test you day in and day out as long as you are testing your own self. They're just going to continuously reflect it back to you until you become strong enough, structured enough to become that mirror as to what it is that people are looking at. I'm talking to a masculine right now, a man, or you could be a woman who's operating her masculine energy, but I just smelled cologne. You could be chiefing right now too, because I smell herbs and cologne at the same time. It smells amazing. That combo is intoxicating. I'm not gonna lie, but spiritually, that shit is not gonna save you. I'm just saying. When this one come out, with this one right here, let me tell you something. And the way the message is coming out and why I'm being guided to even go as far as I'm going right now with you, Virgo, because I have a Black Moon Lilith in Virgo. So when I see a Virgo not living to their potential, I show the fuck up. Because you're not going to keep doing the same shit playing yourself. Absolutely not. 166.44 on the timer. For what? You are as divine as they come, especially with your ability to be able to give forth details and actually have proof of it too. Some of you getting into arguments with people who you actually got proof of what it is that you saying, and they're sitting here arguing back and forth when the proof is in the fucking pudding. They sitting here negating that shit till they blue in the face. Let them have their deception. You don't have to carry that. Let them have that. Some of y'all really be out here having unnecessary arguments, agreeing to shit without agreeing to it. Some of you are having these uncomfortable conversations and going back into the same discomfort that you just had a conversation about. Then you wonder why your nervous system is shutting the fuck down. You gotta have to stop that nonsense with it's not even hidden resentment at this point. It's something that your body is telling you, no, this is not it. Pay attention to your skin. It tells you everything you have to know. It, especially as a Virgo, it's going to tell you everything you have to know. Virgo and Venus signs, Taurus, Libra, your skin going to tell you everything you have to know. You have the option right now to intuitively and emotionally heal with the dark divine mother of creation, to basically get into the depths of where this emotional and intuitive healing has to occur. But if you keep dealing with surface base, first and foremost dealing, secondly surface base, you're not going to get to the bottom of it to be able to handle it. And that's what's required. This whole deck is in reverse, but what's this? There could be a community you're connected to that's not allowing you to grow. It's not. 7 and 9, 16, and that's the tower. That's the tower. Archangel Ariel is on something. Yeah, justice is, it's part of the strategy. The angel of balance, listen, is this 10-10 is the shit. You not making a decision, you're gonna be put to rest so that way this decision can be made. Shit's gonna be put to rest so the decision can be made. So for some of you, how does that actually come about in your practical reality? You may feel as though someone ghosted you, or someone disconnects themselves in the form of, oh, they left me. They were supposed to, because they're not for you. Enough is enough. Or they do something that highly disrespects you to the point where you tell yourself enough is enough. Well, that would be the plan. And y'all, that group, y'all will be given another chance to make a decision for yourself. 170, 111 on the timer. If you're given the opportunity to make a decision based on somebody's actions, because they didn't take the action upon themselves to just leave, because with this Saturn and Neptune going into your 8th house, now that's supposed to reflect high level relationships of power. Where if you were in a power couple, you can be if you allow yourself for something to end that no longer serves you. If you choose not to, it ends you. We're going to have to move on. That shit got coming. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Virgo. Survival, ancient wisdom, endurance. You can take on a lot, but that doesn't mean you should. These are very strong animal totems or spirit animals. FST could be of significance. You are being guided to clean out your emotional closet, confront your fears, Virgo, and expand your sense of self. Your mind, body, and soul are intricately intertwined. It's not how you start or how fast you go, but rather how you follow through and execute your plans that will bring you your heart's desires. And with the Falcon, you are being guided to observe, grow spiritually, find clarity, and rise above any relationship issues. Your intuitive nature, speed, and accuracy allow you to find and seize opportunities effortlessly. I already know you're an ancient, so it's not your first time doing this. While you are also in a position of reawakening divine perception. You're the first group that I'm getting a Isis card for. Isis is connected to the full moon. We just had a full moon in Cancer. We are approaching the new moon. Speaking of mother of life, Ashe, rising sun. Let's get a card here for Virgo. Stay true and be in your power, Virgo. Osiris and Isis, Lord and Lady of divine authority and the pillar of light. See, if you're a Virgo and you're still here, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. I would suggest every Virgo to become a member of this channel. It's not a game. It's really not. Pillar of light, a being of light and divinity. Beings of light and divinity are calling you now, Virgo. They desire to connect with you more strongly, and you are being guided to strengthen your energy field to allow more divine light that seeks you to follow through your body safely and into expression. Now, if we were to look at the biblical text in regards to the Christ energy being born, they were born on December 25th. That would make them a Virgo in literal sense, which is also why the story is an allegory. Because the Immaculate Conception was during that month when Gabriel showed up to Mary in a dream in regards to receiving a gift that came from a level of purity or remembrance of the truth of oneself. Okay. Spirit told me, all right. Because naturally, I'm a warrior, okay? I be ready to die, fuck some shit up. However, as far as this message is concerned, you are a sovereign divine being with spiritual authority and freedom within you. You do not need permission from anyone to be who you are and live your life as you so choose. This is your divine birthright, guarded as the precious treasure that is, and remember that you are a divine being. You just joined. It's collective, my love. Yes. See, when y'all come in here respectfully, y'all get the sweet side. You come on here and some bullshit, you gonna get your head off your fucking shoulders. No, I'm not playing, but whatever. Sometimes during such challenges, to wield the crook and flail to exert one's own spiritual authority requires that you stand your ground and remain true to your knowing, Virgo. This is not about achieving a certain outcome, because you can easily become a perfectionist, especially if you're a sun in Virgo. You possibly have Mercury in Virgo. Okay, you can be real detailed with what it is that you explain, which also can cause you to be a perfectionist to whatever. This is not about achieving a certain outcome or attempting to control something or someone, or even forcing things to be as you wish they could be. Y'all don't have to do shit. Make sure y'all tune in with the Peace Dealer. Shout out to a fellow, that's a fellow Gemini, because I feel as though as a Sag, that's a Gemini I can fuck with. That's the homie right there. Make sure y'all tune in with the Peace Dealer. Stop playing. If you want to get to know more about yourself, go. Let him know I sent you. Okay. Standing your ground means always telling yourself the truth and not selling out or giving away something that has genuine spiritual truth and meaning for you. It is not about making another see things the same way. It is about honoring your own truth. And if your truth is wise enough to include compassion, then honoring the other, even when the other disagrees with you or seeks to harm you without their own fear. You don't even know the Bible. I'm gonna write your name down, KJNMQS. I'm gonna bring you to the abyss as the embodiment of Archangel Uriel, because it is that false indoctrination that you are feeding my collective, my space, coming into my space. That means you want to go into the abyss. So welcome. Welcome. You ain't leaving. That was your spirit and your soul last chance. Stop fucking play with Antares. Okay. Virgo. You have the power to create your own reality, and you don't require permission from anyone else to do this. Honor your spiritual sovereignty. Allow the Lady Isis to help you find your spiritual authority and freedom of choice now. Okay? Y'all gonna stop messing with an ancient soul. Okay? This ain't this fucking age of Pisces. See, the ones that are literally reading these biblical texts, they all need to go to school for theology. They'll see the truth then. They'll see the truth then. Or at least take a course on theology by yourself, so you can really get the gist of what's going on. See, too many people believe they pastors, and they pastors is fooling them. Shout out to Drewski with that skit and that whole thing that he did in regards to pastors love money. That shit is a business too. Got these fake ass Christian followers talking about repent. How you judging somebody you don't even know what and if they on trial for something? That's blasphemy. You know how packed up in their perception hell is with they asses? Don't get me started. We can take this on many different dimensions. I can take you to the pits of hell and the basement of that if you want to. And the basement of that, which is the abyss, or we can take it to the highest of high. All of that shit is in your body though. It's all having to do with your body. We have Virgo right now talking about that. Before we get into Libra, Libra came up quite a bit. Why? What's the major arcana for Libra in the Tarot? Justice. Now, you in the house of the heart of the Scorpion, the heart of transformation, constellation-wise. As far as the zodiac, you're in the house of Sagittarius. A royal star energy. With the Saturn in Capricorn at 1 degrees, I am literally Saturn on somebody's ass right now. People wonder why I constantly state I'm not here to be your friend. It's for a reason. Because too often people see what it is that you have a capability of doing, and they feel as though, oh, I'm intrigued by this. Let me get close, until getting close and what they're intrigued by sets off on that ass too. Because people feel as though, oh, I'm close, they won't move this way. That's a fucking trauma wound in itself. Thinking because you're close to somebody, that's that familiar spirit, that familial spirit energy. Or because, oh, we're family, they're not gonna do, you got me fucked up. Don't get too familiar with me. All my ancestors, all my higher self, which I'm an embodiment of. Saying all of this in the sign of Virgo. Because Virgo, one thing about you, you know your shit. You ain't got to argue back and forth with these dumbass people who don't know how to take notice shit, let alone things that they are saying themselves. Libra. We're gonna pause. Let me give y'all a little music break real quick. Yeah, Archangel Michael, San Miguel, where you at, baby? Hold on. Oh yeah, people. I'm telling you, this next 14 years with see, when people are unaware of astrology, that shit get a little dangerous because your Bible is astrological too. It's a whole allegory, but it's also astrological. Actually, I will be doing a live where I provide more information about that as well. Soon come. I already did it on TikTok. I actually have it on here, but it's in my vault. It's not out. We are back. We are back. We are back. Libra, Saturn, Neptune, and Aries. And your sign is landing in, not in your sign, in Aries, but for your sign, it is landing in the 7th house of partnerships and mirrors, relationships, contracts, things of the sorts. Neptune for you, Libra, is dissolving fantasy bonds and savior dynamics. Therefore, Saturn is going to be enforcing equal responsibility in relationships. When it comes to unions in regards to the new earth energy, is contractual in truth regarding clear roles, mutual accountability, and aligned direction. No more vague agreements, which means you've learned your lesson these past 14 years, especially with Neptune being in your 6th house. Well, so for you, Libra, what changes for you has to do with relationships demanding clarity. Any type of weak ass connection, that's over with. And the strongest connections are becoming much more stable and grounded. During this time, it's important for you to state your desires in matters of relationships clearly and early on, Libra. That way, you allow yourself to choose partners who show up consistently. And let's say someone gives you a beautiful perception of them on the first date, and you realize on date 2, there's some sort of renegotiation of, they said this, but they moving this way. Make that very clear from the very beginning, Libra. Because you have to stop hoping things are going to work out on their own and shit, because you know the fuck well it's not. Especially you, Libra. But then at the same time, you love being a peacemaker about this. Because a high vibrational Libra may not do this as much. But if you are mid or low, you will be the one who avoids conflict just to keep peace. therefore not accepting where things may be out of balance. Then you are the sign of balance. So when you accept things that are not balanced, that means there's something deeper within you that is not balanced out for you to accept that, because you are balanced from a higher perspective. Okay? Let's see what we got going on with you, though. $838. I love that. Libra. Show me Libra. That's awesome. Not you coming out. And it showed up this way. Cards ain't gonna save you. Neither is the Bible. Reading it literally ain't gonna save you either. But these cards will save you the way I analyze them. Do good. See, you ain't out here ready to be great. You over here doing good and shit. But man, bye. The fuck out of here. Anyway. Libra. See? I'm going to use all these little suckhead ass motherfuckers that won't show up in here. Okay? Who was that? Had a lot of that. Leo. Now you, Libra. The two L's. So you got people around you who is expecting you to lose. All right, Libra, let's do this. Fuck that. Look at my hand. I'm doing this as I'm talking to you. Anyway, let me see something. My baby shut me down, 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 down. Bang, bang. So here's the thing. Libra, y'all been in relationships with people over the past 14 years that really didn't serve your purpose, did it? No, it didn't. No, it did not. What you went for? What did Libra go for the past 14 years? What did you go for? This whole deck is upright. Maybe you felt as though, oh, this person they're stable, so my life will be stable because I'm around them. Wrong choice. Fuck a wrong choice. Just not the choice you were supposed to make. Not at all. 11-6. There was something that was supposed to end and transform you. That's Scorpio energy, 11-6. Doesn't have to be a Scorpio. For some of you, it is a Scorpio. However, it was something that was designed to transform you. Okay, this is not funny for some of you, obviously. This shit is serious. But laugh about it. See, here's the thing. Oh, God. Y'all. I'm going to just use the verbiage. As a spiritual advisor, there's certain ways that I don't move that people will ask me, but what if you go through, I've been through that. This is why the fuck I'm here now with this perception of life. Because I've recognized that if I sit here and keep going down this path of what this energy is making me feel, I have literally felt my body deteriorate to the point where, all right, we gonna keep deteriorating your shit because you have a level of immortality that is quite active, and this can be prolonged, or you can stop this shit right now and take a different route. Built different out here, man. And I'm saying that in your message, Libra. You built different. You can be in an upside down version of yourself where financially shit may not be going for you, but you're capable of doing things where people are wondering, but I thought she said she ain't have this and she ain't. You may not even have those conversations with people where people see you and they feel as though nothing's going on with you. You got it all planned out. But what does that create? A whole lot of fucking haters, right? Well, they playing their role too. Allow them to do just that. Let them wear themselves out. For the past messages before this, before we even got to Libra, some of you encountered a Libra just for you to wake the fuck up and balance yourself out. But you may also have encountered a Libra that wasn't aware of their purpose either. So this is all about understanding one's own purpose and the way that is being played out through different personas, also known as the different placements in your chart, because the planets and the luminaries have everything to do with the different parts of your personality or the disciplines of your mind in regards to the 12 zodiac signs. Somebody head big as fuck, and it shouldn't be around you, Libra. Almost said swell. 19900. And when it comes to your independence, is literally putting it in a state where you know this is not where you are supposed to be. What's this, babes? Let me see. Yeah, this could be someone you work with or you have decided to start a business with. It is partnership, 7th house for you. But some of you, you and the person that you are intrigued by, you might have a similar mindset. Doesn't mean you should go into business with them, though. Because something is not being reciprocated. You could be dealing with the Taurus and it's time for you to handle the situation by you giving yourself what it is that you're seeking from another. Constantly getting mad about a situation here. See her face? You want to put so much investment into this partnership when it's not. Come on now. And it's not what it's not moving at all. Yeah, it's not moving. It's too much. It's ugh. Show me this energy here for Libra. Relationships are demanding clarity now. As far well, the moment you step into February, your relationships are gonna demand clarity. You can't be getting into any relationship or partnership. Well, it'll work out on its own. No, the fuck it's not. It's not. You in the process of doing, are you thinking about it? This is your confirmation. Walk away, Libra. Walk away. Greetings, beloved. Welcome, your love. Welcome, honey. Listen, this is why. And yes, for some of you, you're seeing exactly who this is in your dream state. And the way you're seeing them in your dream state, it could be in a bathroom. You're seeing a toilet. You're seeing yucky stuff in your dream. And this person is there. They're nasty. They're dirty. They're funky. They gotta go. Because they literally infiltrating your system when it comes to what it is that you came here to create. Because the moment that Neptune and Saturn conjunct on the 20th of February for you, Libra, it is operating in your 7th house. Whatever this hope you have about relationships working out, stop doing that. Thinking it's going to work out on its own, stop doing that. Avoiding conflict to keep the peace, stop doing that. Accepting imbalances, stop doing that. Because now you're fucking with your pancreas and your spleen connected to the sacral chakra. Trust me, that's something you want to stop doing. Not even want to. Have it as a desire. Top of your list. Because Saturn and Neptune being in your seventh house of relationship is changing your demands when it comes to relationship clarity. Ending weak connections and the stronger ones becoming much more structured and stabilized. Archangel Gabriel is literally on your side, Libra, showing you your relationships. So much so you could be in a partnership or in a relationship with someone and they're I promise you they will cheat on you because Archangel Gabriel is here. They'll cheat on you just for you to step away. That's your protection. That's how serious this shit is getting. Because you sitting here hoping things are gonna work out. No. Some of you could be in a relationship with somebody who literally envies you. They don't want you to partner up with anybody else, and at the same time, they don't desire to help you either. Huh? $24.44 on a timer. And this could be something that happens generationally. Where there's an acceptance of relationships. Oh, it'll work out with the family and this and this. Nah. Cry if you have to, but be brave and honest. Stand your ground. Conclusions are within reach. It's time to take action. Overall, your moon, a win-win outcome is forecast is for the betterment of all. To grow within the current situation, to become wiser. That allows one to love and let yourself be loved. Therefore, surrounding oneself with protective energy. This could have to do with family members. Personal resolution is, personal issue is reaching resolution. Okay? Lilith. Let's go to Lilith here. You got Eve. Divine Feminine Awakening. Yeah, they're telling you to do something that you shouldn't do. Wow. Huh. Adam and Eve showing up at the same time. What's at the subconscious? What's happening subconsciously with Libra here? Show me. Subconsciously with Libra. Your drive, energy, and passion is you surrounded by somebody that's blocking you from really taking action on your desires, having you overthink your truth. This could be a trickster spirit. This could be a trickster spirit within a human vessel that you love, that you're in a relationship with right now, Libra. It's bringing you towards your transformation, though. Certainly has to end. Oh. Everything that, there goes the 44, everything that they project towards you is actually your spiritual goal. I'm open for personal. Again, I am including other tiers because the offering that I have right now is really for the highly spiritually ranked, and those questions determine who you are. Man, Dark Night of the Soul, you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now is the other message, Libra. You've been prolonging this. You've been sweeping this shit. You've been fuck a sweep. You've been vacuuming this energy under the rug. You call the carpet cleaners and everything. Sweep that shit out, and then when you clean it, just top it over the day. Nah. I want that bodysuit though. That bodysuit was lit. Look at this bodysuit. Tell me that's not fire. Saturn. That's why I had to bring it up. You ain't see you. You know what, Libra. Here we go, Libra. Some of y'all Libras gotta admit when you fucked up though. You do. You know you did. You know you fucked up. That's why I be telling you, I ain't here to be your friend. Cause some of y'all don't got friends that tell y'all the truth. So I'm not here for it. Okay, wait. Hold on. Excuse my Mercury and Sagittarius. Not the Phoenix 2 times. Libra. Oh, this is a warning for you because after you it's Scorpio, so you would certainly have to listen to Scorpio's message. Faith, transition, spiritual awareness. You are being guided to remove what no longer serves you from your life. Turn your ideas into action and they will transcend beyond your expectations. As you detach, doors of opportunity will begin to open and something magnificent will emerge. As I'm reading that, the energy I got was so annoyed. Your higher self, based off of that message from the previous live, y'all the ones whose higher self is annoyed. It's y'all, Libras. Your higher self is annoyed with you. Get it together. Get it together. We laughing now, but this is a very serious matter. Okay? We are very serious. We are not joking with you. It's a very serious matter. Okay? You better have the spiritual strength for this shit. Nom your heart and get killed that ass. Let me tell you something. Okay? Hold on. Wait. Because we going to Scorpio. I ain't fucking with you, Libra. Good night. No shade. This is why I fuck with Aquarius stuff. I love me some Aquarius energy because it's a vibe there. Libra, y'all could be a little iffy. Y'all could be a little iffy. You feel me? You feel me, goddess? Y'all could be a little iffy. I'm keep it a stack. Y'all could be a little iffy. Y'all be having some hidden ass motives. I don't know what the fuck be wrong with y'all, but and you really shouldn't be living life for right or wrong. That's the problem. You need to get into your universal laws and get into what the fuck you is, a cause and effect. Should make a lot more sense for everybody. The fuck? Still love you though. Scorpio. Let us move this program along, shall we? Neptune and Saturn going into Aries. Oh, a lot of y'all Libras gonna be, I don't fuck with her. You think I give a fuck? I don't give a fuck. Okay? I don't care. I really don't give a fuck. Wait, hold on. Oh shit! If this shit is on here, it's not. Cause I looked for this song before too. This is this is not something I mentioned the first time. Not at all. Because I looked for the same soca song and I don't see it no more. I would probably have to download it on my phone. Scorpio, Neptune and Saturn and Aries will be in your sixth house of work, health, daily function, or routines. For you, Scorpio, Neptune is dissolving martyrdom in service and confusion around routine. Saturn is demanding discipline in the body and mastery of craft. When it comes to the new earth upgrade, rhythm becomes a sustainable output. Therefore, you'll be able to provide service without self erosion, and a lot of the work that you'll be doing will be more so aligned with vitality. So what changes here would be your daily structures that matters the most. Your health responds directly to your discipline, and work becomes demanding yet productive. The main thing you want to focus on here, Scorpio, is the fact that your health responds directly to discipline, okay? So what you want to do here with this energy is to create a sustainable schedule, address any physical issues early, and improve your efficiency instead of overworking. Improve your efficiency instead of overworking. What you are being called to stop doing is ignoring your body and working in chaos and taking on unnecessary tasks, Scorpio, okay? Let's see. Okay. Scorpio. Slow movement, however, moving forward nonetheless. With the Three of Cups. I just clearly heard it's in your head, okay. Slowly but surely moving back towards yourself. Without logically perceiving this. Actually, there's a balance between you logically perceiving this and intuitively doing so. Destined timing, stepping into your purpose, being personable, the life of the party, the one that people go to. However, hold on. That doesn't mean work in chaos, though. Where you are the go-to for everyone. You're manifesting an opportunity to walk away from something that no longer serves you, to step deeper into, to step deeper into your purpose and balancing things out. Heart light as a feather is the key thing here, which allows you to stop working in chaos. Let me see. Was it this? Yep, it's this. Actually, I can put this over this way. Over here. Ooh. Okay. Oh. A lot of wisdom. My serpent ring just got caught onto the cord here. There's a strong energetic vibration towards your north node at this time. The house that it's in, or There's something here about where the North Node is transiting for you at this time, Scorpio. The house that it's in, while it's in Pisces. That's where you have to step out of your comfort zone. Wherever North Node in Pisces is, as it relates to your rising sign, that house that it's in is where it's time for you to step outside of your comfort zone. Because this is where you'll be able to manifest greatly. Therefore, bringing out into the external world what it is that you desire from within, what you desire as it is from within. I love that. Protection, guardian. You have nothing to worry about. Because you may be coming across a lot of messages that have to do with protect yourself, spiritual attacks, and all this other bullshit. No. When you are aware of yourself, it's massive protection. Because it'll have whatever it is that's coming up against you, thinking and wondering, how the fuck is this? No, it's because you're thinking too much to affect the collective, while collective knows who they are, and that's the difference. Where what one that is thinking of things that they cannot put in place about you, it's simply because you have the proper containment to do so when it comes to you, and they can't deceive you. Release the old and rest. Exactly. Take note of when you hear a crow or a raven. Take note of the time and the rhythm of their caws. CAWS. Take note of the time. You hear them. Before you take note of the time, hear them. Then look at the time. That's the message they're giving you. And you can decipher that on your own. Okay? Drop your shields, release the old and rest, because you're being surrounded with protective energy. Okay. Energy. All right. There we go. I'm in the factory. Your blessings in abundance. I heard someone talk about this as something negative because of, I don't know if it was horns that they mentioned or whatever. It's whatever. I would say do your own research in alignment to the trust you have within yourself, Scorpio. I'm pretty sure you are aware of doing that. But then there are times too, you know, when you're given keys to open your awareness, to make sure you're not as fixed as you are as a fixed sign to not open your awareness. Yeah. 11:33. You're ascending in your mastery here due to being more open and receptive. Magician in the mirror, what's being reflected back to you? Regards to your power. 8. Scorpio. I might pause this after Scorpio, because I'm not about to run through this and give y'all half-ass messages for the rest of the signs. We ain't doing that. Because I might go on TikTok and just vibe out. Because we about to go into Sag. And just not giving Sag energy right now. I know how hype we could be. So that's how I know it's on something. Yeah, we gonna shut it down right after Scorpio. I was actually gonna shut it down right after Libra, to be exact. However, We'll do part 2. Not tomorrow. I have a client tomorrow. So Friday. Goddess of the Moon, 7. Completion. Trust your intuition, Scorpio. Now, my thing is, in feeling this way, and this energy is in your 6th house, don't ignore your body. That could also be what I'm feeling too. And that's the message in itself. That when you feel, pay attention to when you're feeling tired and you're overexerting yourself because you feel as though you have to do something. No, you don't. Especially not with Saturn and Neptune going into Aries. You know, that lifestyle is not the same as it used to be before. It's really not. Because Saturn is going to be helping you to build structure, which is also going to test your integrity. Therefore, it'll enforce consequences of things that you're doing that no longer serve you. And if they do serve you, it's going to provide you with the consequences thereof. Helping you to mature a life area completely. And for you, Scorpio, that's literally having to do with your 6th house of work, health, and routine. As far as Neptune is concerned, it'll help you to dissolve an entire worldview when it comes to your work, health, and routine. Rewrite any type of collective spiritual narratives in connection to your work, health, and routines. And when it comes to any type of blur that goes into a collapse, for you to reimagine your reality fields in regards to your work, health, and routine, it's there to help you to do that at that time as well. So the fact that Neptune is going into Aries is not just leaving the sign. It's a whole era that is ending. So you don't want to continue doing what you've done in the previous era, 13 and 14 years, in the next. And literally, precisely speaking, okay, we went through the dates earlier, especially when it comes to the dissolving of this energy. Therefore, Neptune and Aries. Saturn goes into Aries on the 14th of February. Neptune goes into Aries the 26th of this month. And 26 is gematria for God. A God number. That's a number gematria-wise that represents God. And Neptune reflects the definition of what God is, because Neptune is connected to your imagination, 2111 on the time. And the connection you have to your imagination is the same connection you have to God, which is why children are as innocent as they can be. Unless you got a whole demon child, because they exist too. They exist too. We're not gonna sit here. Nah, just because they little. All right. Well, Bernie Mac said, "I'll fuck a kid up from the neck down." Yeah. Shout out to Bernie Mac. That could be a significant comedy. Over the next 14 years, allow a new idea to be born in your heart and the mind of yourself. Some serious shit. Because I'm telling you got Mercury coming out for you. Yeah, this is a Sun and Scorpio energy, because you would possibly have Mercury in Scorpio or Sag or Libra, depending on your degrees of your sun sign. And Mother of the Gods. I mean, you in an elevated status of your life if you allow yourself to be. You're going to have to walk away from whatever it is that's not reciprocating the energy back towards you. Because, Scorpio, you love intensely and deeply. Yes, you do. You don't just date people, especially when it comes to matters of love. You don't just date people, and this could be of significance in terms of a partnership here. You could possibly feel someone's energy from the past that no longer serves you. A lot of that's coming up right now. It has to come to the surface because it's all connected to that savior complex, just on different levels of the way it shows itself, you know, in different realities. You want to elevate the status of your life, 32. Let me see. Once you release, clear, and align. And there goes Neptune. So, with that being said, by the 26th of January for you, I almost called you Pisces. Scorpio, Pisces, well, Neptune is leaving Pisces. There's going to be a major push on any form of boundaries that may have been set when it comes to the way you go about life, especially when it comes to the arts, spiritual arts. You've already been exploring new and innovative ways to connect with the divine, but you're going to be given the opportunity now to be more of service in doing that, especially as a sun in Scorpio, as it has to do with your soul purpose. This could also be a clearing and a release that leads to alignment when it comes to paternal matters. I'm not going to call it an issue because not everybody got an issue with their father. It's just matters of it. Okay. Let's be real. Okay, it's bringing you into an elevated status. It's time for you to lead the pack here, Scorpio. I almost called you Letus, which is given Lilith, but also elite status is what I got from that. So study more of your Lilith energy. Another thing is when it comes to intimacy, Lilith and Scorpio, you're not allowing anybody to take your power away from you ever, especially sexually. That shit ain't happening. I know they got you fucked up. And they pay a great price for that sexually. Oh, ladybug, make it sweet, why don't we? With a whole butterfly of transformation. You know what? You're not slick. Anyway, ladybug, personality change, happiness. You are being guided to move in a new direction. Your new life begins today. Embrace this new transformation and navigate your way towards your heart's desires. Believe by knowing in yourself, others, if they fit the bill, and the divine, and you will manifest amazing things. Let me grab an Isis card for you. Scorpio. That's you. That is you. That is you. What's at the bottom here? The Lunar Queen. That is you. So Isis is really working with you hand in hand, especially every full moon. Okay? Helping you to restore your life. Every full moon, Isis is working with you hand in hand to restore your life. That is a solid ass message. Especially if you're someone who utilizes the moon to rejuvenate yourself and you're understanding the properties of the new moon, full moon, even much deeper. The waxing phases, first quarter, into the waning phases and the third or final quarter. You know what I'm saying? Be very mindful of those phases because they really have a huge significance for you here, Scorpio, especially with the nodes of the moon showing up. You know, there's the card number 32, which is a 5 change. Did you also, let me see. You didn't get the 5, did you? No, you didn't. You have an amazing major blessing. I was about to say put an amazing and major together. Blessing and reward that has to do with love, unconditional love. But when I say unconditional love for you, Scorpio, it's that type of love that is all encompassing, where both of you can feel each other's souls before you even meet each other. So things may move quickly when you meet. Okay. I'm going to shut it down there. I will do part 2 that's actually significant, from Sagittarius to Pisces, which is God level energy. We'll come back for part 2. I'm going to label this one as part 1. And I love you, love you, love you. Ciao. If you're not already tuning with me on, what's that? TikTok? Tune in with me on TikTok, because I'm going to vibe out over there. You're most welcome, Ocean Goddess. I'm going to vibe out over there because I'm in the mood to hear music. Never want to sit here and half-ass any sign and the energy at all. We're not doing that. So, I love you. See you later.